6.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to KSAT News Now, our bite-sized digital newscast that you can catch Monday through Friday right at this time.
Today we have the latest on Astroworld investigation, and KSAT's main anchor, Steve Spurs, will join us live to look ahead to a live stream tonight on the always heated topic of redistricting here in the state of Texas.
Yeah, it's always a very interesting discussion. Plus, we have a new Spurs court that is now open for some hoops and a controversial update to stick figure sports. Yes.
I'm excited for that.
A lot of people are talking about this. Maybe not. I don't even know.
No, yeah, a few. But
people
first, the latest in Houston. The latest on Astroworld, all 8 victims have been identified. One of those victims is Rodolfo Peña, a 23-year-old from Laredo. And many other of those victims here from Texas, but some even from other states.
Yeah, it just kind of shows the amount of people that were traveling from out of state to come see this concert with Travis Scott. So 3 people remain hospitalized today, and at least 18 lawsuits have been filed over the chaos that unfolded Friday night in Houston. Houston Fire Chief Samuel Peña said one of the people severely hurt is a 9-year-old boy who is in a medically induced coma, and 2 others are in critical condition this morning.
The Wall Street Journal reported investigators are working to determine all possible causes of death and injuries to concert goers, including whether a batch of counterfeit pills possibly laced with fentanyl played a role. So that was a rumor that was spreading on social media, and that is something that investigators are looking into now.
Right, that's going to be a part of the toxicology reports that are being done, but of course that's going to take some time. In some other news with this, Live Nation, Travis Scott and Drake are named among the defendants in those lawsuits. Drake posted on Monday on social media that his heart is broken for the families who lost their lives and for anyone suffering. He says he's going to continue to pray for all of them and will be of service in any way that he can. And
Travis Scott again speaking out, saying he's actually going to pay for the funerals of the victims, and everyone who bought their tickets will get refunds. So again, his first initial statement was, of course, that he was concerned his heart go out to the victims and those injured, and then now saying that he's going to step up and pay for these funerals, which, I mean, for families could be obviously a big help, but what they want is their loved one.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's, again, as we mentioned yesterday, not something that you think about your loved one, someone young. We've seen these ages now, 14, a 16-year-old as well, included in these, the amount of people that unfortunately passed away. But again, you're right. I mean, he's paying for the funerals, but it doesn't return the actual lives of these people that have been lost. So it's there's obviously a lot going on, a lot of the investigation being done behind the scenes. Obviously, you mentioned those rumors about the fentanyl pills and everything, so there's just a lot of questions that still need to be answered.
Right, now to our nation's capital, where a House committee investigating the January 6th riots were subpoenaed one of former President Donald Trump's lawyers and 5 other advisors.
The committee said that Trump's lawyer, John Eastman, wrote a memo to former Vice President Mike Pence about how to challenge the results of the 2020 election. The memo outlined a 6-point plan for Pence that would have handed Trump the victory.
The other 5 people subpoenaed are Trump's former senior advisor, his campaign manager, and other top officials. The House committee is investigating what led to the riot, what unfolded that day, and whether these individuals from former President Trump's re-election campaign were involved in promoting that false narrative of the presidential election being stolen.
Right, and it's really kind of hard to believe. I mean, it's about 2 months now that happened. It's going to be the 1 year since the January 6th Capitol riots. So obviously there's still a lot of things that people are trying to figure out as far as what maybe led up to that incident there at our nation's capital. So back here at home, the fight over Texas redistricting is always heated a battle over district lines and boundaries between the Texas GOP and Democrats.
And after a long process in the most recent legislature, the new political maps have been drawn for the House and Senate.
And joining us now for the first time on KSAT News Now, we're really happy to have him this morning. Got up a little bit early maybe, is our main anchor, Steve Spurs, to preview a live stream that he and Stefania Jimenez are hosting on this, at times, pretty complicated topic, Steve. So thank you very much for being with us. So what's your general reaction to these new maps that have been drawn?
Well, I'm excited to be part of KSAT News Now. I understand there's some sort of gift basket that goes with this whole thing. But I do want to say that what Stephanie and I are doing tonight at 7 o'clock on KSAT.com, and we're going to talk a little bit about it during our 6 o'clock news in the KSAT Q&A, it's something that has to do with every one of us in the country, really, but especially in the state of Texas. It's redistricting. It happens every 10 years to coincide with the census. It's something that's supposed to reflect the changes in population state by state. But it has become very controversial, and there's no doubt that what's happening in the state of Texas right now with redistricting will end up in the courts. The theory is, one person, one vote, we're supposed to pick our representatives, but some people will tell you the way redistricting is set up right now, the representatives pick the voters. So it's controversial. We're going to wade through this entire thing. It's simple and complicated all at the same time. We're doing this in conjunction with Trinity University, and we have 2 Trinity professors that are going to talk us through that. And we really would like your questions as well, the viewers' questions. What do you want to know about redistricting? What are your biggest questions about redistricting? And I think one of the biggest things we need to point out in all of this is a bipartisan problem. When Democrats are in power, it seems Democrats, of course, draw the lines to favor themselves. When Republicans are in power, of course, they're going to draw the lines to reflect their best interests. So is there a way that we can get around this? Are the courts the best solution? All of those things are going to be discussed tonight at 7 o'clock.
Steve, so you mentioned simple yet complicated process. So what is it that the residents of both Bexar County and San Antonio need to know more about, or just keep an eye out when it comes to this process?
Well, the big controversy, especially with Texas and especially with this redistricting process, Alicia, is the fact that the growth in population in Texas has almost been entirely from communities of color, from minorities in the state of Texas. Some would say that the new boundaries, the new redistricting, the districts that we've seen haven't been necessarily drawn up to reflect that. That's going to be the crux of the court case to come up. So, yeah, I mean, you may have a representative that you didn't have, 10 years ago now for both the House, the Senate, and the state races. So it's something that you really want to pay attention to, and it's something that you want to see how this plays out.
Steve, I have a quick question, because I think that in terms of the legislature, this was different redistricting, because this is the first time in decades that Texas doesn't need federal approval to implement new maps. So kind of explain a little bit how that works out for people that may be watching us right now.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the state of Texas was under federal control on how they could draw their maps. They basically had to get federal court approval and approval from the Justice Department to make that happen, or from a judge. That is no longer the case. Under the Trump administration, they were removed from that. So there's no federal oversight right now. The courts, like I said, will probably be involved, and we'll have to see how much influence they have, or, if it goes all the way to the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court really wants to take up this issue.
Well, Steve, again, thank you so much for joining us live today. Remember that the town hall is at 7 p.m. It will be live on KSAT.com, and that will be hosted by Steve Spriester and Stefania Jimenez. Steve, thank you so much.
And real quick, Steve, maybe you might get a gift basket on your desk, man.
That's all right. I was just kidding. I like to give, I don't know if you guys know this, but I like to give your producers some grief every once in a while. Yeah. So, it's unlike me to give people grief, I know, but
I don't know if he's kidding.
Well, thank you very much, Steve, for being with us. Yeah, we'll make sure to check that out tonight at 7 o'clock. Thank you, Steve.
So just a little backstory about that. Our producer, Alyssa, gifted us she had a gift bag for us to congratulate, all the hard work that we've been doing here. And Steve felt a little left out.
Yeah,
that's all right. Yeah. We'll get him.
Yeah, he's been having some fun with that one so far.
Okay, well, after 200 days, or which equals to 6 months in space, SpaceX Crew 2 wrapped up their flight and returned safely home to the United States.
Yeah, check this out. Recovery boats were standing by last night as the capsule parachuted into the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Pensacola, Florida. And within an hour, the 4 astronauts made their way out and celebrated with fist bumps.
Well,
very cool.
Their flight back home from the International Space Station was about 8 hours, which honestly doesn't seem too long, especially for going to space.
If you're there for 200 days, I mean, 8 hours, what is that?
Nothing,
at that
right?
point. Yeah.
This marks the 3rd time SpaceX has successfully launched crews to the International Space Station, which is a huge.
Absolutely, this is a milestone here. Yeah, the 200-day trip, for SpaceX. So this is a big day count that they had there. They later tweeted, following Crew 2's return to Earth, Falcon 9 will launch Dragon's 3rd long-duration crew mission to the space station as soon as Wednesday, November 10th.
just
So pretty
tomorrow.
cool. Yes. Yeah. Pretty cool. So they're getting going. They got a lot of stuff going on here.
Absolutely, which
You
is
got
cool,
people,
right? It's like
residents
everything.
going into space, everyone going into
You have a
space right now.
successful mission, and then you're already planning for the next one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tomorrow, it says if weather forecast, well, already tomorrow, weather forecast is 80% favorable for liftoff. So if all stays like that, then another launch.
Yeah, good stuff there. Okay, so just in time for the basketball season, yeah, we got college basketball starting tonight. We got NBA already going. Kids near Woodlawn Lake now have a brand new basketball court after park renovations at West End Park. So Spurs Give and the city of San Antonio worked together to renovate the court and park. It's pretty cool stuff there. I was there yesterday covering this.
That is very neat. And this is close to the, I think the big boys, the big sisters, big brothers.
Right, yes, the
Salvation Army.
yes, the Boys and Girls Club.
There we go. The court is Spurs theme, of course, and has the team logos at midcourt and on the backboard, which is really cool. In 2020, the City Parks and Recreation Department and Spurs Give teamed up to make events like this one happen.
Yeah, definitely. It was a big part of their push to try and get these courts renovated here around the city. I believe it was 40 parks across San Antonio's 10 districts that were supposed to be part of this renovation. So we saw right there, special guests included Spurs players Zach Collins and Trey Jones. Chuck Carreau, that guy is just everywhere. The Spurs MC. And of course, we saw earlier the Coyote. So let's check out what some of those Spurs players had to say about this. All right, we're getting there.
Whether it was a court or a camp or an appearance from some of your favorite players or whatever it was, you always looked forward to that as a kid, and it almost kind of gave you motivation for the next time you went to the park with your friends or went and hooped with your friends. You kind of had that in the back of your mind, and it helped you help push you a little more that day, I would say.
You just goof off and have a good time and do crazy shots that you'll probably never shoot in a real game, and just let loose. And I think that's all, it plays into your development because you get to love the game that much more that way. So definitely had a lot of good memories in a place like this.
All right, very cool stuff there. Yeah,
I think that is neat that he brings up a point there. There's obviously a difference between street ball and then on the professional court. So to be able, to see that side of them, and the kids, that's what they play, street ball.
And I think it was so cool because obviously those kids there, they live in the neighborhood, but I was never growing up. I went to a couple of these basketball clinics or football clinics. I never had a professional player just roll by.
Show up and teach you.
So it's pretty cool. They did some clinics with them, some drills with them. So good stuff. Trey Jones, I really like that dude. And Zach Collins has been injured this year, but he's supposed to be back in the Spurs lineup by December.
Well, RJ, I wanted to follow up on your stick
Yes.
figure sports yesterday. Obviously a sad weekend for the Dallas Cowboys. So yesterday he drew this picture. I'm going to show it over here on camera 4. And he drew me. Well, we should be able to see it. All right, there we go.
Yes.
I'll get up a little closer. Okay, so let's explain this again. This was the Cowboys' loss. We have Dak over here. Bronco, right?
That is a Bronco, yes.
Okay. And then
it looks like the Toy Story
part for
character.
discussion was sad, Alicia, and then what did I have?
Yes.
I was, because he said that, drown
Thank
your
you.
sorrows.
What'd you say, Sarah? Thank you very much. Okay.
I didn't think it.
So,
I made a face yesterday, and a very ugly one at that, because I thought that this was beer.
Alicia, why would you think that is beer?
Well, because he had made a comment about beer earlier, and there's no handle. There's no handle on a coffee mug.
cup.
What kind of coffee mugs
Yes,
are you
it's a
drinking
coffee
out
cup.
of?
Here's
So
the-
we took a poll
Yes.
on Instagram. Did people think it was beer, or did people think
Yeah.
it was coffee? It was
And?
a pretty split decision.
Really?
drum roll.
Yes. 30
Okay.
voted for beer, but 35 voted for coffee. So
USA.
I voted for beer because that's what I thought he was. What did he say?
USA. Yes, and that was
Anyways.
my thought process that this is coffee because it was a rough night for Cowboys fans.
I wouldn't have judged you if it was coffee or beer.
No, but I mean the statements thrown out there by RJ. You know.
No,
Anyways,
it was coffee.
I
A good cup of coffee. Yeah, there we
stick
go.
figure sports is a lot of fun. Just don't include me next
Yeah.
time, RJ. All right, Sarah.
all right.
I'm ready for that
Guys.
cold front.
Right. Okay. Well, we got a cold front coming, but first we got to talk about the whole daylight saving time
man.
controversy thing.
Another controversial.
I wrote an article and did an AR explainer about why we even have daylight saving time in general. And there's actually a poll on there, speaking of polls. Do you think daylight saving time is useless? Yep or no, I like it. So you can go and check out a little knowledge about why we have daylight saving time and voice your opinion. Do you think daylight saving time is useless?
So do we,
RJ,
so do we have any
Alicia, what do you
results?
think? So we're in standard time now.
Okay.
So daylight saving time is usually from, April all the way to November. So
Okay.
what are your thoughts?
Do I think it's useless? I have very selfish reasons to answer yep.
Okay, that's fine.
I
You can
like the earlier sunsets.
You do?
Yes.
Well,
earlier, yeah. When
okay.
it gets darker earlier.
Okay, cool.
I'm a fan.
I don't mind the spring forward.
You
That
don't?
one I'm okay with, but the
Well,
one that we
that's
fall
sailing time.
back. Yes. Well,
Why
this
do you
one,
not like the fall back?
Just because I don't like that it just gets dark so early
Okay,
in the
well-
day. That's really just throws me off.
Right.
Throws
Well,
up my circadian
if we
rhythms.
didn't have the spring forward at all, you wouldn't have to worry
know.
about the fall back at all either. So, yeah, just voice your opinion on that article. The one thing I want to talk about is, this morning it was still cool. I went for a run
nice.
this morning on the River Walk, next to River Walk, and there was actually a little bit of mist and fog right above the river. It was beautiful.
Very cool.
Very
yeah.
fall.
And yeah,
scenery.
very fall scene, and that shows that there's a little bit more humidity in the air out there. And so tomorrow morning, our morning low will be 61, a little bit warmer, not necessarily warm, it's still cool. But the reason for that is we're going to see a slow increase here in some humidity. It'll be barely noticeable, but it'll be there. Similar story on Thursday. And then look at those morning lows Friday and Saturday in the 40s. Reason for that, I bet you can guess. Alicia was talking about it earlier. Cold front. Cold front is going to be on the way for us here on Veterans Day. It is going to be a dry cold front. We're not going to see rain with this. Only a small window of opportunity in the early morning hours for a brief passing shower. But that's it. Otherwise, that front is going to help us continue to have a beautiful weather pattern here. In November, we usually get a little bit more than 2 inches of rain. We've seen just a little bit more than half an inch of rain. So you'll never hear me complaining about rain in the forecast, but I know for folks who want to enjoy some time outdoors, no rain in the forecast over the next 7 days, and the weekend looks wonderful. So
Yeah, and I think, do we have some reaction, Alyssa, to daylight savings time? I think we compiled some TikTok videos, right?
No, unfortunately,
oh, we don't.
that
okay,
didn't
I
work
saw them
out,
working on that,
but
but it seemed that a lot of people were against
a
it.
lot of people have opinions about daylight saving time.
Well,
we'll just leave it at that.
Are you allowed to share your opinion, sir?
I think if we could stay on standard time year round, like they do in Arizona or they do in Hawaii,
Yeah.
we wouldn't really notice too much of a difference here. But if we stayed on daylight saving time year round, man, that would be challenging. We wouldn't see the sun rise in the winter until 9 a.m.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
yeah, so
That's not
I
good.
think standard time's the way to go personally.
Yeah.
That's
All
just
right.
my opinion.
There we go. Just dropping the mic on there.
Well, one person here on Facebook did comment, Rosalinda Garza Garcia. She said she thinks it's useless.
Well,
Everyone's got their
like you
opinion.
saon everyone has opinions. So there is an article on KSAT.com, and then that way you can voice your opinion there.
That's right. One other person that commented here, David Perales. I think he's commented a few times, so really appreciate that, David. I think I've read a couple of your comments. He said, "Welcome back, SpaceX people." Pretty
And
cool,
he said, "Hi,
yeah,
Sarah."
yeah. As
So
they
he's happy to have
made
you.
their long-awaited return back here, so that's pretty cool to see people going up space and a lot more, just private citizens that are getting to be a part of that. It's really neat.
And if you want your comment to be heard, remember that RJ and I do post about the topics that we've either discussed or will discuss the day ahead. So you can find us on our Facebook and also Instagram. That's where we're most active.
Yeah,
But
that's right. And one more quick thing before we get ready for the noon show, we are doing No Shave November, all the guys here at KSAT 12, so check that out. Please donate. It's for a good cause for cancer research and awareness. I'm part of it, but a lot of guys taking parts here, so
And if
make
you're
sure you check
not
that out.
familiar with it, there's a big goal for the station, and then each of the gentlemen participating also have a goal to raise funds. So you can check that out on KSAT.com. But we will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Remember that we're streaming Monday through Friday. See you then.